And I'm the co-founder of WorkPart AI, a code email agency. And I'm here with one of our clients, Anthony Carter. So, Anthony, just a brief intro. Tell us about the company that you own and then the market that you operate in.
Yes, my name is Anthony Carter, and I own a ServiceMaster Clean franchise in the Cincinnati, Ohio area. We've been around since 2018. We're locally owned and operated. I started the business from the ground up.
Amazing, amazing, Anthony. All right, so let me start with this big question. Does cold email work for commercial cleaning?
Yes, I've always had my questions, but to be honest with you, Ben, since we started with you all and the relationship that we've developed, it's proven. Some of my doubts have been proven wrong, which is a good thing. And so yes, it can work and does work for commercial cleaning.
Awesome, I'm grateful to hear that. Thank you for sharing that. My next question for you, Anthony, is that we just landed our first account with Code Email. Tell us about your first win with Code Email.
Um, well, it was a local financial firm, local firm. They control a building. Initially, I was kind of leery. I wasn't sure, how they had responded to the cold email. I reached out to them. They were very inviting, asked us to come in, asked us to do a walkthrough. We did the walkthrough, and sometimes what I find in this business is a lot of people just want to walk through so that they can use it to kind of increase the service of their existing companies. But it was just kind of a really good feel from this company when I walked through the door. So without knowing me, without having spoken with me, with only having contact through the cold email, they were very receptive, very open. We did the walkthrough, left out from the walkthrough. I gave them a quote, and within the matter of, I think it was 2 days, they responded back. Now it was over a weekend, so I really can't count that time. But within a matter of a couple of days of receiving the quote, they messaged me back and said they wanted to um, go ahead with our services. And so we're in the process now of their closing out their current vendor, and we're in the process of solidifying the terms for us to come in and take over their janitorial project.
That's such a cool story. Congratulations.
Thanks. Thanks. I owe it
Yeah,
to you guys. I owe it to you.
it's absolutely our pleasure.
Yeah.
My next question to you, Anthony, is how has it been working with me so far?
Like I said earlier, I've dealt with some marketing entities, and we've tried several different marketing strategies. The very first time I reached out to your company, you and I had direct contact. It wasn't like, I was speaking with, somebody who had to speak with somebody who had to speak with somebody on down the line and that kind of thing. Um, our initial conversation went well. I think we struck a really good balance, a good relationship, a good partner. And we were able to come up with some terms that worked out for both of us. And it was more so on your part than it was on mine because, you were willing to provide a service and take a risk on what we wanted to do. And it wasn't about what we could do so much today as what we could do moving forward. And I think
Mm.
that was truly a key piece. Sometimes, I've talked to companies that will tell you we can set you up right now, with A, B, C, and D. And when I was beginning in this, I would bite on that, right? Because that sounded good, right? The world was going to be thrown at your feet right now. And our conversations weren't that way. It was we need to build. And of course, when you build anything, right, you got to have a solid foundation and you go up from there. And
Yeah.
and so that has been my reluctance with a lot of marketing companies, but I didn't get that feel when you and I had the conversation. And in fact, after we had a conversation, I left and I spoke with a few friends of mine that aren't, and they're not entrepreneurs, they don't have any businesses, but they know about my business. And they asked me because I told them, I'm in conversation with the new vendor. And so they asked me how did it go? And I told them I feel really good about it. I'm looking forward to it. Um, they seem to be genuinely concerned about the progress of what we are doing, not just from a business standpoint, because we're all our business people, and we our business is important to us. But I got the feel from you all that, and from you, that your business is important to you based off the success of my business. and
Absolutely.
and for me that was key. So it has been great. This is the first service agreement that we've entered into, and we are looking forward to many, 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 many months, years of working with smart AI.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for the kind words. That means a lot to us. And
Yep.
absolutely, your success is our success. All right. Final question. Can you share some final thoughts that you have for those that are thinking about working with us in a different market?
Based off of the plan that you provided, that you constructed for us, I can see how that could lay over any type of business. Um, and you and I talked a lot in trying to build this program for my company.
Hmm.
And the fact that you spend so much time looking at company specific, marketing specifics, geographic specifics, taking that amount of time, energy, and effort, I can see how you could place that into any environment, into any business, into any structure. And so I would say that, working with you and your team, it's not just about that we had a janitorial business. I could see your method, I could see your process working in a host of industries, because of the amount of time, energy, and effort that you spend um, connecting those marketplaces, those geographic areas to those specific business interests.
Thank you. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate your time.
Yes, buddy.